Hey guys, welcome to another episode of For the Record. Thank you all for last night's live stream because everybody just kept coming with the comments. They kept coming. We was able to talk for like 3.5 hours. That's way more than I normally ever go live for. You guys kept it going, so I was like, fuck it, why not? I mean, I do it for you guys, you know what I'm saying? So before we get into today's video, make sure, stop what you're doing, hit that like button, go hit that subscribe button. I'll give you a second, you know what I'm saying? And make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss out on any great videos, okay? Do it now. So today's video I wanted to talk about is the Insane Clown Posse.
What's the matter, kid? Don't you like clowns? Why? Don't we make you laugh? Aren't we fucking funny?
This is their 5th album. This one is on Island Records. This was their 2nd album that came out under Island. Before they were on Hollywood Records, which was a Disney label. When The Great Malenko came out, they pulled it immediately from shelves. And they actually got $1 million from Hollywood when they signed that deal. And then they turn around, they got dropped from their label, so they got to keep all that money, and then they got signed to Island Records. And then this is their 5th album. It's the Amazing Jeckle Brothers. This came out in 1999. I remember buying this album when I was a kid on cassette tape. It came in a red cassette. It was fucking awesome. It was like one of my favorite albums back then. I just thought that this album's just amazing. Like, if you've ever taken the time to listen to this, you know what I'm talking about. So I want to show you exactly how this one looks. There's a reason why I wanted this one. This one was actually a Record Store Day exclusive. I think not last year, but maybe the year before or something. I don't really remember. I actually found it on Discogs. I think I paid like $40 for this or something like that. But they were like skyrocketing in price, and now they're like $200 or more or something like that. So always make sure I got it in the MoFi sleeves, you know what I'm saying? Best possible way to keep your records. If you ever wonder what kind of sleeves I use the MoFi. And I also sometimes buy the MoFi outer sleeves, but they're just for the single jackets, not the gatefolds, because the gatefolds don't fit in there very well. See that pretty red? See how red that is? That's just like my cassette tape one back in the day. And honestly, this record plays amazing. I've listened to it quite a few times. I really like their first 5 Jokers card, and I also like their Forgotten Freshness Volume 1 and 2. Those are pretty sweet. They have like the B-sides. It comes on 2 LP, and there is absolutely nothing on the inside, which I was kind of bummed because they didn't even put like a liner note or anything on the inside. But as you can see down here, there's the little island with the little hatchet man, and then the Amazing Jeckle Brothers. So, cool thing about this is this album has ODB and it has Snoop Dogg on it. And supposedly from one of their videos in Violent J interview, they was saying that ODB's verse came in and he was all like, it sounded like he was drunk or whatever. So basically they spliced it up and they made it into like a verse so it sounded better, so it all went together properly. And if any of you guys know how like editing goes wise in like video or audio, it's almost the same thing, except for with video you sometimes have audio, sometimes you use different audio that goes over the video, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit more complicated. Audio's a lot more simpler. But still, even when you get like a file and you gotta chop it all up, it's a pain in the fucking ass. So I'm gonna talk about this record for right now for a second. This is Insane Clown Posse, the Amazing Jeckle Brothers. This is their 5th studio album by the American hip-hop group Insane Clown Posse, released March 25th, 1999 by Island Records in association with Psychopathic Records. Recording sessions for the album took place from 1998 to 1999. This is the 5th Joker's card on the group's Dark Carnival mythology, and the album's lyrics focus on 9 circles of hell and the majority of man and torn between righteousness and evil in the album's tactical Jeckle Brothers and spirituals who juggle balls of fire representing the sins committed during the mortal life of the dead. So, this album, if you actually were to listen to this album, this still today touches on topics that you would think that are just irrelevant today. I mean, they already knew what they were talking about way back when. So, and I'm not gonna like name it off, but if you actually sat down and listened to this album, you would know what I'm talking about. Another reason why I always liked ICP is they always had they had their own style, you know what I'm saying? So like back in the 90s and early 80s, you had to have your own style, and if you sounded like somebody else, it was called biting, and it was disrespectful, and nobody would listen to you. These guys came up with their own gimmick, they went with it, and they did really well. I feel like for the first, 5-6 Joker's card, they did really well. But then after they started talking about like weird shit like magnates and fucking, I don't know, the planet and fucking, I don't know, just other weird shit that, like, I get it, but, stick to the roots, what made you. This is what made you famous. You did really well with this, so keep going. I mean, they made so many albums around the same type of topics, and like I said, if you listen to this today, this still touches base on, topics that seem pretty irrelevant today. Like, you could fit it with the same narrative, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is a great album overall, and it has aged very, very well. Like, it is, even listening to today, it's still amazing. Like, I still give it like a 9 out of 10 easily. I would say for their best album would probably have to be The Great Malenko, but this one I would have to say is probably their second best, along with like Riddle Box. Those are like my favorites. The Amazing Jeckle Brothers was second studio album by Insane Clown Posse, released by Aaron, features more hip-hop sound opposed to the rock-oriented sound of its predecessor, The Great Malenko. The Amazing Jeckle Brothers features guest appearance from rappers Old Dirty Bastard and Snoop Dogg, and additional contributions from the Jerky Boys and Twisted. It debuted at number 4 on the Billboard charts, and it was later certified platinum. Yeah, so these guys sold a lot of records. They started Psychopathic Records. They did really well. They ended up signing Twisted. Jerky Boys did a lot of shit for them. Jerky Boys is on this. It's fucking hilarious, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I know not everybody likes ICP. Not everybody likes clowns. It's okay, I understand. But at the same time, you just gotta think about it. Like, it might not be your cup of tea, but it definitely sold a lot of units. It's definitely a great album. Like, I can't knock this. And I know not everybody's a huge ICP fan. I've never been a huge ICP fan, but I've been a fan enough to listen to their music and buy their albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never owned every single album. I've never tried to. I used to have a VHS of theirs called The Shockumentary back in the day that was pretty dope. I actually just bought that on DVD recently. I don't have it yet because it's coming in the mail. But just certain things from like back in the day, like this album and their first ones, like I definitely want to buy again. I definitely thought about checking out their new stuff, but I just don't think it's going to be as good as their old stuff, and I'd rather not even like waste my time, you know what I mean? I'd rather just listen to good music that I know that I'm going to like. And that's why I always try to tell you guys, like, listen to what you want to listen to. Just because I like something doesn't mean you're going to like it, you know what I mean? If you want to go check it out, go check it out. Their music's all over Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and there's even music videos from this. And then they actually played at Woodstock 99 also, which was pretty fucking awesome. And they were putting $100 bills in like cans and shit like that, and they were kicking them out into the crowd, or like buckets or whatever. I don't even know what the hell it was, but these like little ball things that you like open up, and they were just tossing them out there because I guess they got paid really well, so they wanted to give back to their people. And honestly, that's the kind of people that you want on your side anyways. Mad Professor, that's always been one of my favorite songs. And then there's another song here, Fuck the World, that was one of my other favorites. Play With Me, that's always been a really, really dope one. I Stab People, that's fucking awesome too. And then, of course, the song that has ODB on it is Bitches. And then the song that has Snoop Dogg is The Shaggy Show. Which I've heard a lot of people say they don't like The Shaggy Show because it doesn't... to them, there's no good, like, rhyming in it. It doesn't make sense. It's just so stupid or whatever. But honestly, I like this album front to back. Assassins was another one of my favorite ones. I just really love this. And then another love song, that was a music video. And then Play With Me, that was another great one. I think Play With Me was like my first favorite song off this album when I heard it, just because it's got that like boom bap beat, and you know what I mean? And then it's got this like little like that goes into it, and it like echoes a little bit, so it's like really fat. It's pretty dope. I like it a lot. But yeah, I don't know. You should definitely check it out. If you've never heard of ICP, I would recommend checking out their first 4 Joker's cards. And the other thing is, too, not everybody's going to like their first Joker's card, Carnival of Carnage. That one's, it's okay. You can see where they progressed, though. Because that one was, like, you can tell they were starting to get better. And then once, what the hell was that other one there? I'm trying to think of the name. The Ringmaster came out. That was the second one. You could tell they definitely got way better, and that was I think the first album that was actually recorded in a studio, or a real studio, or close enough to a studio. I'm not 100% sure on that. And then the Riddle Box, like, that's where they knocked it on the head. That fucking album is amazing all the way through. I remember my buddy Phil used to like the Ringmaster, and I've always loved Riddle Box. That was one of my favorites growing up. But definitely, the Amazing Jeckle Brothers is awesome. It's the only one that I own because a lot of them are $150, $250, stuff like that. And I'm not paying $250 for an album. Really don't have the money anyways, you know what I mean? Even if I wanted to. So it's kind of like I'm just waiting for them to get repressed. And I will buy the first 5 Joker's cards, or I will eventually have them all. If any of you guys are old ICP fans, put the comment down below. ICP's also toured with like Cottonmouth Kings, done concerts with like Snoop Dogg. Them and Twisted were like the tightest bands forever, you know what I'm saying? But Twisted now has beef with them as of like 2 or 3 years ago, and Twisted's doing their own thing. And to be perfectly honest though, without ICP, Twisted wouldn't be shit, and they wouldn't be where they are today, because they were a whole different other group when they met ICP. ICP helped mold them into what they are today, and I feel like that's where a lot of people don't pay homage on things that they should. You know what I'm saying? You can't have the old. You can't have you sit there and shit on the old when you have new stuff out there, because where do you think that inspiration comes from? Where do you think these people get all these ideas? Like, a lot of people even get ideas from just listening to music when they're like drawing something or writing lyrics, or you know, you could just be listening to a beat and be writing to a song, or you know, listen to your bandmate play guitar and writing down a song, whatever, you know what I'm saying, or drawing or doing something that's artistic. Like, we all get inspiration somewhere. So to shit on somebody else, like I've always tried to say, be nice, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I got for tonight. I just wanted to make sure I get you guys this video out for you. And I am super happy with how well Mondays have been going. So I will see you guys next week on Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern time, okay? And other than that, hope you all have a great day. Make sure to like and subscribe, okay? Peace.